Halloween and its character Michael Myers is probably one of the most iconic horror movies ever. You know, next to Jason and Freddy and Chucky, somehow. But all these horror characters we know and love obviously wouldn't have come to life if it weren't for Michael himself. And thanks to his new movie and the fact that it's spooky month, I decided to binge watch Halloween again and make a review on it. Because why not? It's not like I got anything better to do for this channel. So, join me as I dive in to watching Halloween again. We start off the movie with the Pumpkin King blessing our screen. There's also credits to people that helped out on this movie, including the director of this movie, John Carpenter, a person that would go off to make two other iconic horror movies, Christine, The Living Car, and The Thing, the movie with that fetus you always see in the world's best horror movie rankings. Our setting begins in the Halloween of 1963. Michael just got home and caught his sister making out with her boyfriend. Ooh, she's in trouble. But not in the parents' kind of trouble, no. In the little brother grabbing the boyfriend's mask and then repeatedly stabbing his sister. As you can see, Michael loves and respects his family. And this isn't even the end of his showing love. He has so much love to give. Look at his little face. 15 years later, two doctors, that'll soon enough be our protagonist, are shipping Michael off and sending him somewhere else. However, they get distracted by other insane asylum people just out and about in the rain, because why wouldn't they be? When one of them gets out, Michael, out of nowhere, just jumps onto the hood of the car, because obviously attacking someone while on top of a moving vehicle is an amazing idea. Jesus Christ, Michael. Apparently, Michael learned how to drive while being in that insane asylum for basically all his life, and then he just drove off to his hometown. While on this little adventure of his, he also killed some random dude driving a truck and stole a suit. That's not nice, Michael. And now it's time to go to the place where we'll be spending most time in this movie, Haddonfield, where we even meet our final girl, Laurie. But it's unfortunately here, when we get upsides to this movie, we also get some downsides. For example, this child we meet while we're meeting Laurie.
Why?
Unfortunately for our old pal Laurie, Michael has gotten at that creepy age where he likes to stalk ladies.
Hey, jerk! Speed kills!
The next day, while heading to school, Laurie and her friend noticed a robbery that occurred. Their dad, that was also the sheriff, was also there. The robbery was reported to be someone that stole ropes, knives, and a mask. Oh my god, I wonder who could have possibly done that. After more of Michael's stalking and driving in that car, silent, awkward moments, and detective work, he finally gets out of that car at the nighttime, and now it's Michael's time to rave. But of course, our main doctor boy has to go to Michael's house and see if he's done anything. Not that much was done, except for some cracks, movement, and a dog eaten by Michael, I guess. While Michael was on his little killing spree, understandably because they're children, the two kids that we had to deal with throughout this movie mistake Michael to be the boogeyman. Speaking of Michael's killing spree, let's talk about probably pretty much everyone's favorite kills, these two dorks that were doing the no-no. Eventually, one of them went to go get beers for both of them, opening the refrigerator and then hearing sounds. He then gets absolutely annihilated by Michael. And then this right here, the awkward silence again, this would probably be the funniest part of the movie if it weren't for the next scene that comes up.
Well, did you get my beer? Cute, Bob, real cute.
After that and an odd phone call, Lori began to become worried. After putting the children to bed, she went to check on them. But of course, they were dead. After a little struggle, she ran back to the house and locked all the doors and tried to keep Michael out. Of course, Michael came in, and then Lori killed Michael. Or should I say, kept him down for a little bit. Then she did it again and decided to take a breather right in front of him because she thought he was dead? That's dumb. Well, Michael, I guess this final girl is gonna. Oh my god, Dr. Man. He shoots Michael a few times and shoots him down the balcony, where Michael lands with several gunshots to his chest and just stays there. Eventually, they check to see if they're alright and check for the kids. When the doctor goes back to check on Michael, he's gone, telling us, the viewers, that he's still somewhere out there, and we'll never see him unless he comes for us. Until we know where he is in the sequel, of course. Watching Halloween again reminds me of why I love it so much. Sure, it's sleazy and not that scary now compared to other horror genres nowadays, but I still think it's a pretty good trip down memory lane, especially when we go through the horror genre. Or maybe I just love seeing a man in a tight uniform and a cheap mask kill people. In any case, thank you for following along with me in my old trip down memory lane of watching the Halloween movie again. I'm Super CJ, and hopefully I'll bring an animation to you at some point. Happy Halloween, my ghouls. Don't let the bed bugs bite.